Today was a very strange and unusual day for energy stocks, but not so much for the broader market. It was definitely a very good day for the broader market after what was and has been a series of declines. We'll see if those continue. But right now, we're going to talk about energy and what happened with the energy sell-off that occurred today around 10 o'clock. It seemed almost unexplainable. However, I happened to catch part of it because I have an energy transfer position, and energy transfer had an outsized move to the downside and experienced this downside somewhat before the rest. I could tell something was going on with energy transfer. Put $ET into Twitter, and lo and behold, the Pennsylvania Attorney General has decided to press 48 charges against energy transfer for alleged spills of fluids in quite large amounts. And if that is the end of the story and they done fucked up, well, they done fucked up. And it's unfortunate, and we don't like to see that. However, I think this is very short term, and it's very easy to see why there would be a sell-off on something like this that spills out into the broader energy sector and other energy stocks. We've seen a big run the past several weeks, and energy has been an area that has been severely underowned and has experienced years and years of declines. So that implies for years and years, sellers have left. They have left because of ESG and environmental concerns and long-term probability, yada, yada. However, in the past several months, and particularly the last couple to few weeks, energy stocks have seen a pretty strong run. There's finally some chatter again versus there was earlier in the year, but again, about why energy stocks are so incredibly well priced. I apologize, my light just went out. I'm going to look at that later. Why energy stocks are so unbelievably well priced. And when you hear something like, wow, an energy stock having a problem with the environment, all of a sudden those new buyers want to sell that stock and get out because they freak out. It's a little bit of a panic. However, on a cash basis, I believe this issue is isolated to energy transfer. There's a good chance they're going to have to pay some sort of fine. If, I'm not going to delve in to what has happened in that case. We're going to see. That Pennsylvania seems pretty serious. I was worried and still am worried about that particular issue. Energy Transfer is largely a good company for what they have to do. They got to do what they got to do. Fine. If you don't like energy transfer, we won't transfer energy. Look what'll happen, right? It's a very important company. But you can't be messing around with the environment either. You can't be making those kinds of mistakes. So we'll see what happens with that, and hopefully things are good. But it's going to scare some people, and it looks pretty obvious that that's what happened today. Unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. Spilling into other energy stocks. Price of WTI is up 2% to $79 a barrel. That's the highest price in 7 years. And one may be concerned, well, 7 years ago we saw that price, but we quickly turned around. The difference between now and then is when prices were high then, producers wanted to produce. However, the world has changed somewhat since then, and nobody wants to produce anymore because they fear the onslaught of renewable energy. So investors, the ones who are left in the companies, say, we don't want you to invest your capital into new projects and into growing your business. We just want you to return the capital to us through dividends and share buybacks. And that's exactly what these companies are doing, which is part of what makes them such fantastic investments. So we're playing that. We're playing the cash. This is amoral alpha investing channel, and this is nothing but a scare. It's not going to affect the fundamentals of any of the companies unless some high amount of regulation occurs. However, Energy Transfer is a pipeline company, very difficult to own because their dividend pays like from returns of each state. So you're doing something like paying income tax in several different states. It's a pain in the butt for accountants, but it's not something that they can't do. So it shouldn't be affecting Exxon. It shouldn't be affecting Schlumberger. So we'll see what happens here. It's definitely interesting if you're an Energy Transfer holder. It's isolated to that. However, it spooked people. Maybe if you think energy is going way higher from here, presents a buying opportunity. But in my opinion, it's non-fundamental and it is scare tactics, fear in the market. So that's how I'm viewing that. As for the broader market, well, it's good to see things turn around today. It's very impressive that tech stocks are up while rates are rising. We'll see if that holds. I believe first and foremost, rates will continue to rise. However, it remains to be seen how tech holds up in that environment. I haven't taken tech completely off the table. I've had an Apple short here and a Microsoft short there, but I'm not short right now. I've closed both those shorts within a relatively short period of time. But I don't think it would be a bad idea to remain short via particularly options. However, inflation is a lift all boats event, and it's been a difficult tide to fight this market. That said, I could equally see a case and a scenario in which Microsoft, Apple, Amazon are down another 20%. I'm not sticking with them. I've talked about my thesis on what actually is and what actually is not a growth stock, and that's the deal. Energy is not a growth stock, but it is still a good stock. It is value, and that is different category, well priced, and we'll take it. So until next time, peace out.